are you so obsessed with me?
Hello there, viewers. This is a television, and you're watching Pop Profiles, the show that dives headfirst into the lives of pop music's biggest icons. On today's show, we have a pop star who can really, truly sing. Imagine that. It's Mariah Carey, everyone.
For me, it's all about her voice.
Her voice is phenomenal, literally.
A voice that breaks glass.
The difference between some artists and her is she has an extraordinary talent.
So how did the Mariah Carey story begin? Born on Long Island, New York, this future superstar took her name from the song They Call the Wind Mariah from the musical Paint Your Wagon. Being named after a song, coupled with being the daughter of an opera singer, it's hardly a surprise that Mariah Carey was singing at any opportunity. And soon after leaving high school, she was snapped up as a backup singer for Puerto Rican songstress Brenda K. Starr. And it was Brenda who set Mariah on her way when she saw record executive Tommy Mottola checking Mariah out at a party.
She said, did you notice that guy staring at you and his name is blah, blah, blah?
Blah, 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 by the way, is Tommy Mottola. They later had a bit of a falling out.
Then he came up and said, who's your friend, or something like that, and she had my tape in her hand. She handed him the tape. She said, this is my friend. She's 18. She writes her own songs. And so then we went upstairs to the ladies' room, and she was like, oh, do you know who that was? I can't believe it. I can't believe it. And then the rest of the story is pretty much true. He tracked me down through Brenda's management.
Once Tommy Mottola had tracked her down, he immediately signed her up, and they began work on her self-titled debut album. The first single, Vision of Love, went to #1 in the charts and featured a video that is remarkably simple compared to Mariah's more recent ones.
Basically, Mariah Carey sitting in a massive window with a massive perm, and I think the only special effect is a little bit of time-lapse photography. There's like this tree in the background with a swing, and at one point she's stroking a cat, not really sure why, but, you know, great song.
I think Columbia Records did the Vision of Love video really simple on purpose, mainly because they wanted to showcase her partly as a beautiful new artist, but really they just wanted to showcase her voice. So if it had too many gimmicks, too many tricks, it would almost detract from that.
No bells and whistles, just a wall, some amber lighting, and a voice that goes on for days.
Mariah's follow-up album, Emotions, was another hit, but not quite as big a hit as her debut. And people were starting to suggest that she was a manufactured studio artist who was unable to perform live. However, Mariah addressed the rumors head-on and, quite frankly, blew them out of the water when she performed a cover of I'll Be There as part of MTV's Unplugged sessions.
The decision to do I'll Be There was the night before I did Unplugged. And they said, they want you to do a remake, and I was going to do that song. I said, it's a fan favorite, Vanishing. And look, they want you to do a remake, and I said, I don't know, maybe I'll Be There. And my friend Trey Lorenz was with me. I said, can Trey sing it with me? Because who's going to do the other parts? And then we just did it. I'll be there to comfort you. Fill my world of dreams around you. You know I'm so glad I found you, baby.
Well, the I'll Be There performance proved conclusively that she could actually sing and that they weren't tweaking her levels in the studio. I think some people were suspicious that, you know, it was all just a manufactured thing. But yeah, she definitely showed people that she could hit those dog whistle notes.
It's a song that everybody knows. You know, it's Michael Jackson. I mean, it's very hard to cover a Jackson 5, like, iconic song, and she somehow managed to pull it off.
She performed it so pitch perfect. I mean, every note was totally spot on. And it just, still thinking about it now, you do get hairs at the back of your neck, because you don't see that often in live music. I mean, it really was just such an outstanding performance.
After convincing everybody of her true vocal ability, Mariah followed up with her third studio album, Music Box. It would go on to sell an amazing 32 million copies and take its place as one of the biggest selling albums of all time. However, despite her enormous success, Mariah was feeling completely trapped in her environment.
I didn't feel like a star. I didn't feel stardom at all. I was actually sequestered at that point and surrounded by people who worked for people that ran Sony. And so I couldn't really go anywhere, do anything. You know, it became a thing where I didn't really feel famous. The only time I would feel like somewhat famous was when I would watch a video of mine. Like, it would be come on TV or whatever, and I would see Dream Lover, you know, even up to that point.
It didn't help that during this period, Mariah had actually married Tommy Mottola, who was the then head of Sony. And while she later said that she found him to be controlling, he did help her to maintain her incredible early career, especially when he convinced her to take an unexpected turn with her fourth studio album.